One Piece chapter 155 did not disappoint. Hell no. And the fact that this is the chapter that ends the manga volume. Holy shit, this is getting good, man. Like, this final spread. I know I usually say, hey, it's your boy Kryptonian. I said, nah, man, fuck all that. I can't do that right now. This was one of those chapters you just gotta dive right into it, man. This ending spread. Oh my god, man. Right there, you have Nami kind of just speaking to us. She says, then the remaining officer agents will, and Vivi says, yes, be coming together. It's going down, man. And like the fact that this ace dude's there, this is good. This is gonna be, yo. Just looking at all those designs, you know that this is a serious bunch, man. And like, Miss All Sunday was already shown to be a step ahead of these guys, like the Straw Hats. And now you have Sir Crocodile with his crazy ass power. And the fact that all of these dudes have devil fruit powers on top of it. This is going to be some wacky, insane shit. And the fact that, and I might be wrong on this, right? I might have the wrong idea on this, but the fact that Crocodile is basically employed by the world government, that means the Smoker gets there, right? He's not going to fight him. Am I right on that? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I've got the wrong idea, but it just seems really interesting. Like, I know that, like they said in the past, that the 7 warlords of the sea, they're employed by the government, but just to see these reactions where everyone is basically cheering Crocodile and he's seen as a fucking hero. This is crazy. This is crazy. Crocodile, the king of the desert, Sir Crocodile. This is crazy, man. And the other thing about this is I love how arrogant he is, man. Like, I'm falling in love with Crocodile's character because he's looking down. He says, call me what you will, but anyway, you pirates think you can plunder Alabasta at will, eh? Sir Crocodile, and this is what the caption says, Sir Crocodile, one of the 7 warlords of the sea, former bounty, 81 million berries. This is crazy, but I love how he says, those of you who wish to live, take cover. And when he lands, he's just eating those swords. And I'm really thinking that's his devil fruit power. And when I'm looking at this right here, the way he's looking down and his design really reminds me of Hedon, man. Really reminds me of Hedon. And for those of you who don't know what I'm referring to the fact that when Team Asuma, and not so much Team Asuma and, you know, with Asuma and the Guinea, but Team Asuma, the Chunin level Team Asuma, where you have Kotetsu and Izumo and Shikamaru accompanying him. And they're hunting down the Akatsuki members, and there's this scene where Kotetsu and Izumo stab Hedon in a similar fashion to how Crocodile has been stabbed. And I'm looking at that and I am wondering, because I know that Kishimoto and Oda have said in the past that, you know, they've borrowed stuff from each other particularly when one person does something really, really epic. It's just competitive and they kind of reach and put their own spin on it. I'm wondering if this is one of those cases, because both of these mangas I think came out around the same time, and Hedon should have been debuting around this time in Naruto. I'd say within 15 to 20 chapters of this, or if not the same time. But it's very spooky how similar this is. But unlike Hedon, Crocodile is a straight boss. Straight boss. He wipes out all of these pirates with no effort. No effort. And so they're either fodder, but I don't think they would be fodder level if they're able to kind of take over, try to take over a kingdom. Okay? Because they're at least attempting. So that means that they have a certain level of skill. And I know the Grand Line is vast, but I would assume that Alabasta is pretty damn decently into the Grand Line. And to make it that far in, you can't be weak. So this just shows the power scales in One Piece. I'm not going to go as far as to say they're going to be broken. I'll save that for my critiques on Dragon Ball Super. But I will say this. This is interesting. This is interesting, and I like how later on in the chapter, after Oda kind of gives us those moments of slice of life feels where we see Luffy and the crew basically eat up all the meat that Sanji had captured, right? Or brought on board. And Zoro too, because Zoro helped. But they ate up all the food. So that was a slice of life feel. And I like how after that happens, and I'm going to touch on that in a second, but I like how after that happens, Vivi breaks down the structure of the upper class or Baroque works. I like that. And I like the chart that Oda had on this. And I'm not going to lie, this threw me off for a second because I was thinking, oh shoot, okay, this might be one of those moments where the chapter ends off with a chart. I'm going to zoom in on this so you guys be able to see this. Okay. Right here, Vivi says, all agents from Mr. 5 up are called officer agents. Most of them have devil fruit powers. They handle the most important missions. After them comes the frontier agents. They command the lower operatives and collect bounty for the company at the entrance of the Grand Line. That's the criminal organization known as Baroque Works. And I like the power chain for this because it shows that each of them has a female commander right next to them. And I like how Vivi put that in there. And I like the pictures because we can see where Vivi fits into this system. And she was towards the middle, like she was near the bottom, but edging towards the middle. So it just shows you that Vivi can kind of throw down when she needs to. So I like that. We've seen it in glimpses, but I like seeing it just in respect to everyone else. And I like how Oda has essentially the second strongest person in Baroque Works to be a woman, because Crocodile is one, and then Vice President Commander is Miss All Sunday. So I like seeing that because a lot of times in shonen mangas, we see female characters written very poorly. Particularly in modern shonens, because older ones didn't have this problem, but in modern shonens, we see female characters written very poorly. So I like the fact that Miss All Sunday was already interesting. She did have a little bit of sex appeal to her, but I like the fact that she is relevant when it comes to the power scalings. So I like seeing this, man. Now, with all of that being said, one of the big things for me that I liked, and if you followed my reviews, you know this, I enjoy these slice of life moments. I love seeing Luffy saying, I don't know where the meat went, and Sanji has to treat him like a little kid, grab him by the cheeks, and try to see if he's got any food in his mouth. I love seeing that. I love how everyone except for Zoro and Nami because she didn't eat, Vivi's somewhere else. Vivi's around the corner with Nami, but basically everyone else is kind of, oh shit, and they're trying to hurry up and eat the food. I love seeing that. That reminded me of a time like when I went, I was like real little, and I went to the grocery store with my mom, and she bought like some type of chocolate. I don't remember what it was, but she bought some type of chocolate, and she said, don't eat this until we get home and you've had your dinner. I ate that shit in the back seat. And she caught me, and I tried to do the same thing that Luffy was doing. So I love seeing that. It just shows you that when you get down to Luffy in the head, like, he's emotionally intelligent, but at the same time, he has that childlike, naive innocence to him, too. So I love seeing that. And that's typical with your, shonen main characters. So I understand it. That's pretty damn common. So I don't have a problem with that. But just these slice of life feels awesome. Awesome. This was good. And I love how Zoro is just sleeping throughout all this shit. And even then, he's thinking like Baroque Works. Like, oh, whatever. He's just wiping the sleep from his eyes. I love seeing that part, man. Because it just shows you that Zoro, this dude was taking out, granted, he was taking out the fodder on the scale, okay? But when you just look at the fact that he was taking them out with low difficulty, Zoro probably would have been ranked pretty damn high. just on this scale. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how these fights are going to play out. You know, this kind of reminds me in a way of what's going on in Bleach right now, where we have these scenes taking place. So Ichigo and Yuha Bak, and they're fighting, and you have like the different captains taking on the few remaining Quincy officers, but they're all for the most part headed towards Yuha Bak for this amazing clash. And I have a feeling that this is what's going to happen with this arc in One Piece, man, because you got a lot of different players making their way towards this area. So this is going to be great. But overall, pretty good chapter, man. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comment section below. No chapter question for the end of this week. Just let me know what you guys think. This chapter ends off the volume, so this would be great, man. Stay tuned for Monday. I've got a really special One Piece video kind of coming on Monday. But that's it for this review. If you liked anything I had to say, make sure you hit that like button, comment, rate, subscribe, share. I'll greatly appreciate it.